Now, if you're looking for some easy DIY projects for Christmas that aren't going to break the bank and that aren't going to look cheesy, then this is the video for you. Hey everybody, my name is Jamie. I'm the Crafty DIY Guy. Welcome to my channel. All right, everyone, and for project number one, we are going to use one of these Dollar Tree floral cones. I picked this up and then I took it outside and spray painted it silver. I also grabbed a package of these light strings. Now, these light strings actually also have clips on them. So after I spray painted my cone and it was dry, I then took my light string and I am just going to wire it through the cone itself. And because this is made of wire and also with the lights, it's actually going to be really, really cool because the wire is going to help keep the light string actually intact onto your cone as you're kind of winding your way up. And I'm just kind of doing it every little, every other one kind of, and just working my way all the way to the tippy top. And this is the larger floral cone, by the way. And when you're all done, you've got a great display for your Christmas cards that you may receive from friends and family. And I think it looks really, really cool when it's displayed on your mantle or on maybe your entry table in your home. I really love the way that this one turned out. And for project number two, we are going to take one of these Dollar Tree glass vases and also some of this pesky Dollar Tree snow. I happen to have a little snow pile there, and also some of these Dollar Tree gemstone sticker designs. Now, what I was really happy about with these gemstones is that they actually do come off as the entire star. So you're not trying to recreate each individual star with this pattern. So all you're going to do is take your star pattern and literally just kind of create what you want all the way around. Now, I will say I did use two packages of these stars because I started with the larger stars and then worked my way around with some of the smaller pieces and some of the smaller accent pieces. I did actually end up having one star that was left over, but you'll see that in a future project. So for this, you're just going to go ahead and just literally apply your stars wherever you want. Then I'm going to pick up as much of that snow I can on just a scrap piece of cardboard here. And actually, I think it's a piece of greeting card from a future project. But we're going to add some snow into the bottom of that and just kind of shake it around, get it as flat as possible. And then I found this great pillar candle at Dollar Tree as well that had this great gold on the bottom of it. I loved it and thought it was going to be absolutely perfect. I just put that in the bottom there and just kind of nestled that down into the actual vase itself and into that snow, making sure that it was as flat as possible. And I love the way this looks, but when you light it up, it looks even prettier. Can you see the shadowing in the background there? How it's cascading that star effect on the wall there? I really, really love this and think that this is so beautiful and so easy. All right, everyone, and for our next project, we are going to use two different types of greeting cards here. We've got the snowman and the tree, and then we've got some embellishments that we're going to be adding as well here, and then also two different types of frames. I have one frame that says Yum that has some sequins in it, and I have a bank that I've had in my stash for quite a while here, and I'm gonna do some stuff with them today. So go ahead and take your Yum frame and peel off that cardboard backing on the back there. It's very, very easy to do, and as you can see, it kind of reveals like a picture frame. Now, go ahead and save that cardboard backing because we're gonna actually glue that back on once we reassemble everything. But go ahead and just pull up your metal tabs. They're pretty sturdy, so I don't think you have to worry really about breaking them or anything. I would still be kind of gentle. The backing in there, you can keep that or you can discard it, totally up to you. And then you will notice that your frame, in order to keep it kind of three-dimensional, it has this styrofoam border that's kind of in there, and all I'm doing is just kind of peeling that away, and I am setting it aside. We are going to be reusing that as well, so you don't want to get rid of those. You want to take those off as easily as possible You can use a variety of things. I have this tool that is kind of a scraper. I think it's used for the Dollar Tree vinyl. It looks a lot like the Cricut tool that I have, but it actually works really, really good as a scraper here. And as you can see, the Yum lettering that was on the front is coming off of this really, really easily. Now, if you wanted to replicate this, maybe you have the same exact sign in your stash and you wanted to put like a gingerbread man or a hot cocoa or something like that, that Yum on the front could be perfect. For me, however, it's not going to be so perfect for this one. Now that I've got the glass all cleaned and everything scraped, I am just going to replace that styrofoam because that styrofoam is going to still help give our frame that three-dimensional kind of look and feel that we really do need for this particular project. So once I've got everything in place, now I'm going to take the cardboard backing and I'm going to figure out kind of the best placement on my greeting card because I'm going to use that as my template. And check this out. I'm just going to go rogue. I'm not even going to trace around it or anything. I'm going to hold it super tight, take a very long pair of scissors here, and I'm just going to snip right around that cardboard. Now, my frame or my picture here is blue and silver. And I found this tube confetti that had this bluish silver color that's almost got some gray tones in it. And I thought that it would be absolutely perfect. Now, trick here that I've learned, trim just the corner, pour out what you need. Make sure that you don't have anything else in there. I had a little piece of plastic or something that was in there. And I am going to pour on some confetti. Then take your glue gun, add some hot glue to the plastic part, and then just fold that over, and you've got a bag that is now sealed, so you don't have to worry about this tube confetti getting all over your craft stash. Now, full disclosure, I put way too much tube confetti in there. I did figure that out after the fact, and I adjusted it, so don't put that much tube confetti in there. That's a lot of tube confetti. That's an actual snowstorm. That's a blizzard. So once you've figured out how much tube confetti to use, go ahead and assemble everything back. I did glue the card to the back of that cardboard backing, and I'm just reassembling everything like it was when I took it all apart. And then for the backing itself, all I'm going to be doing is just adding some hot glue right around the edge there. And then I'm going to add that piece of cardboard right to the back. That way this looks completely covered on the back and it is really, really solid. And that's important because whatever you fill this with, you don't want leaking all over the place. Now, this is it. When it's all done, again, snow has been adjusted. We're no longer in a blizzard, but I love this. I think it's so, so cute. I actually have this on a tiered tray in my bathroom right now on display. Now, for the next version of this project, we are going to be using that bank. So go ahead and remove all the plastic, all the goodies, all the stuff that, gets in the way. Sometimes I think the plastic coating and the plastic coverings are a lot harder to remove than the actual item itself. I've broken items before trying to remove plastic and packaging, which I think is hilarious. Now, for this is just a very simple cardboard piece here. You can put that aside and save it. Same thing with the scraper, but I didn't take it out because the way that frame is actually put together, you're not going to really be able to do that without risking breaking everything. So all I did was kind of scrape it all like I did before, and then I took just a wet towelette and just wiped it away and cleaned the glass with it, and then it was fine. Now, for this guy, we're going to be using the snowman, and once again, taking that cardboard, going rogue, and just cutting it and trimming it right around the cardboard. Now, you may notice there's a little bit of an edge that you're seeing on the cardboard. Not a big deal because that's actually going to be hidden. I'm also making sure that the bank portion is down at the bottom of my design because I didn't really want to deal with that, and I knew that those bells wouldn't come out of there. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. How cute is this? I really, really love this. And again, this is going to go on a tiered tray, probably in my kitchen, although I think it would actually look really, really cute in the guest bedroom as well. All right, and for project number 5, I have some tassel beads that are garland that is left over from a project that I did. I also have this fillable ornament and these gold bells. I'm going to actually use some metallic paint to paint the silver stem of that light bulb part of the ornament. I just didn't like it with the gold bells, and I didn't have any silver bells, even though I really wanted silver bells, but that's okay. I'm going to make the best of it, and all I'm doing is taking this metallic paint by Folk Art, and I'm just going to cover that silver part of that top of that ornament that kind of looks like a light bulb to me. This actually just took a couple coats, and it was really, really easy to do. It doesn't look like at first that it's going to adhere very well, but once you do a second coat, this was great. And all I did was just set this aside and let this dry. After it was dry, I am going to feed some thread through there. And this is actually the thread that is from that piece of garland that I have. I'm going to use a skewer here to kind of help poke it through the holes. There are 2 holes at the top of that. If you go through just one of them with your string, it's perfectly fine. Now, this garland actually worked out really, really well because this garland is made out of 2 strands of twine to keep it really, really strong. And that actually worked to my advantage because I was able to take each individual piece and tie it together in a knot, and then make sure that that knot was very tight down towards the bottom or the interior of my I'm just going to call it the light bright thing. And I did add some hot glue in there as well. And then I took my scissors, trimmed it off, and took my skewer and just made sure that all of that excess twine was, stuck down in that glue glob there. Now it's time to fill the ornament. I'm going to take my ornament and fill it with these gold bells that I picked up from Dollar Tree. Again, loving the way that this looks already and super, super happy with this. I love this so much. To me, this looks so elegant. It's like farmhouse, but it's a little elevated. You could play around with the color of beads, of course. I had that garland piece left over, and I knew I had to use it for something, and I'm so glad that I did. All right, everyone, and for project number 7, I'm going to take this Dollar Tree votive holder that has this gold trim. I have had this one for quite a while, and it's definitely one that's been used. I am taking that leftover star from the previous project, and I am just going to line it up along the bottom, and I'm going to stick it to the side of the votive, because what's great about this star is that it is the perfect size for this votive. Also, when this is all done, I love the way this looks. I think that that gold and that silver popping off of that black is amazing. I also think that this is something that I could use in my decor beyond Christmas time, which I'm definitely all about, especially when it comes to a little bit of bling. All right, everyone, and for project number 8, I am taking this wine bag that I picked up from Dollar Tree. It's already got this great saying on the front, but I want to kind of personalize it a little bit. I have these Dollar Tree picks that I am absolutely obsessed with, and also these pine cones. The Dollar Tree picks are really great. They come in a 6-pack, and if you can find them, they have them in silver and they have them in gold, and I think that they are probably my favorite find of 2021. Now, I'm going to take my pick, and I'm going to go ahead and not only trim off that longer end, but I'm also going to chop it down in the middle, because I'm going to use this pick in 2 different ways. I'm going to take one half of it, and I'm going to glue it down to the bag itself. Then once I've got the other one glued, I'm going to take the other pick and also just kind of repeat that same process, but I'm going to alternate it, or alternate it. I'm going to not quite overlap it, but give it an alternative way to hang down. I don't know if that's making any sense or not. But then, after that was all glued down, I am going to take those pine cones, and I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue into the kind of corner of the pick, and then I'm going to nestle that little pine cone in there, and then I'm going to just kind of play around with a couple different pine cones on this swag, and go ahead and start working on my bow. Now, I don't show you how to do my bow here, but I will show you what I did in the upcoming project. So all I'm doing is just going to take my bow, I'm going to trim it up a little bit on the bottom, and then I'm going to take that bow, which I'm actually really, really proud of. I think that one turned out really pretty. I'm going to add it at the top of my kind of swag that I've created on the side of the bag here. All I'm doing is just adding a big glob of hot glue, and then I'm going to just take that bow and again just kind of nestle it down and just kind of hold it in place until that glue starts to dry. Then I'm going to take those little ribbon pieces and just kind of, swirl it around the pine cones and the swag. I'm going to fluff out the bow a little bit, and when it's all done, you've got a custom created gift bag. You didn't just go to Dollar Tree and pick up a gift bag. You actually made it a little more special. And by the way, this gift bag does actually have a bottle of wine in it. So you can see it holds it great. All right, everyone. And for project number 9, this is something that I think is kind of cool. For the guys, they have these great scents out. And this is spiced leather. And I love this candle. They have another couple of scents. I think they have 4 different scents total, and I love those as well. This is going to be pretty easy. I'm going to take this buffalo ribbon or this buffalo check, buffalo plaid, and I am just going to wrap it around the part of the candle there at the top where that little indention is, I guess. And what's cool about that is that it's actually about the same size as the ribbon itself. Now, I'm choosing to make sure that mine joins together on the label side, and I'm going to work on the opposite side. Now, for the ribbon, all I'm doing is taking some ribbon and I'm just kind of pinching it together and creating a circle. It's about even. I think I do about 3 loops on this. And then I kind of squish it down in the middle. I tie a larger piece of ribbon across the center. And that's how I make my bow. And I kind of fluff out the sides. Jennifer from A Little Bit of Common Crazy has a really, really beautiful bow tutorial that's kind of similar to this. And she uses a zip tie. And I think it is absolutely genius. So definitely check out her channel. Now, for that little indention there, that is going to cause a little bit of problem. So I'm going to take a Scrabble piece. This is crafting Scrabble. I didn't take my Scrabble game. I just kind of cut it with a pair of scissors, and then I'm going to add a drop of glue there, and then I'm going to glue that piece down. The letter there has 0 significance at all. I'm just going to kind of hold it in place, and then the idea is I'm going to add some hot glue. I'm going to glue my truck ornament to that, and then I am going to go and add my bow right at the top of that as well, kind of making sure that everything is holding in place and nice and sturdy. And then, as you can see, you've got the cutest candle holder. I love the way that this looks. You could certainly turn this around if you wanted to. I didn't think that showing the label was necessary, but I kept the label on there so the person that is receiving this as a gift would know what the scent is. And then after the holidays, they could easily take the ribbon and the truck off if they wanted to. All right, for project number 10, this is really, really easy. This is 2 glass vases, a 4-pack of these kind of mini pillar candles, and then some of this vase filler. Now, optional, you can go with a glass votive like this as well to put on the inside of the bowl. I'm choosing for my project, however, not to do that, but I wanted to at least show you that you did have an option for doing it this way if you really wanted to. Now, you could put a smaller votive in there. You could take your smaller kind of mini pillar candle, pop it down inside your votive, and then you are good to go. Now, if you do it this way, though, you're going to need the smallest pieces of beads in here first. And you're going to want to build a good layer all the way around of all of the tiny small ones. This vase filler comes in 3 different sizes in each bag. So you'll want to use all of the small ones that you can do and go all the way around. And then you're going to start with the medium size, and then you're going to start with the larger size. And you're just going to work your way up until you get to the kind of edge of that votive. So very, very easy to do. However, if you don't want to use the votive in the middle, or you have, maybe you just don't have any extra votives, you can do the same exact type of process with the regular votive and or with the regular candle, I'm sorry. And just kind of continue to work your way around, build up your layers, and boom, you've got a gorgeous set of candles that you can put out. I think that these would be great on the dining room table. I think this would be great on a living room table or something. I really love the way that this looks, and the gold and the copper, that is my color of choice this year, and I'm so happy with these. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, let me know in the comments below which ones were your favorite. Also, if you are one of my subscribers currently, thank you guys so much for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. If you are brand new to the channel, maybe you'll stick around. Thanks, guys. Take care.